What's up, guys? This is the Board Game Roamer, and I'm back with our next episode of Gasket versus vol'kesh, Too Many Bones Undertow by Chip Theory Games. Yeah, we are on day 3, and I'm going to turn that counter. So we've got currently 2 progress points, so we've done well, and I think that's pretty good. Let's just get started and see what we've got. So let me go down to the table cam. I'm going to pull our card. Hopefully, there we go. Kobolds swimming lessons. Proud and stubborn, southern kobolds are set in their ways. They love their fancy armor. The more intimate and heavy plated, the better. The affinity creates some issues for a species that otherwise is fairly adept at swimming. With the sun in the eyes, the kobold on the raft ahead doesn't see me approaching, and I know that if I knock him in the water, his armor will sink him to the bottom of the river. He may still put up a decent fight, but a dip in the sea brine may tip the scales in my favor. So, we have 2 options. Alright, we have, this is going to be... this is going to be, the first option is water counter, and it does give us an additional, sorry, I'm trying to get this right, training point. Tip those scales. Place the kobold ironclad, which is a 20 point, on any of the 4 center positions of the battle mat, and start the gear lock in any crown. Place an untargetable effect die on the gear lock until the end of round 3, or until we affect the kobold in any way. Gear lock also has an extra backup plan for dunk, move an adjacent unit onto a crown starting position. And it is encounter is achieved by defeating the kobold or moving it to a crown starting position. Or we can go with a standard attack, do the normal BQs, and include 1 mech on land. Either way, we will get a training point and a loot and another progress point. Well, interesting. So, we basically have, if we start it in this, what did it say? Start it in the center. On any of the 4 center positions in the battle mat. Oh, okay, yeah. So it would be one of these 2 positions. And then we essentially have a backup plan for where we can move him onto a crown starting position. An adjacent starting position. So essentially, if we could survive one, what am I trying to say? If we could survive until round 3 and have that backup plan, get him to move, say, here, then we could use dunk, move him over, and we're good to go. Of course, that is, we're banking on that, yeah, that's, because if we mess that up, that's going to be rough. I mean, the BQ baddies that include the mech, we're on day 3. That's 3, so basically we would just have a single mech. That's pretty easy. I don't know. I mean, I think we've got a good shot because if we're rolling, well, but if we roll that and we have to use the backup plan, that's not going to be good for us. Decision. If it wasn't for this, I think it would be an easy decision given that we've got 4 defense die, but I don't know, man. I what I don't want to do is I don't want to lose a day. So I'm gonna go with this encounter, the normal too risky for my blood encounter, and we're just gonna use the mech. So let's go ahead and place that there. And we'll roll our die. We've got a 4. And for the mech, we will place him. Okay, so let's get our BQ, which is just one single mech because it is day 3. And remember it said include a mech, which means that we would take at least one, and we would subtract that from our baddie points, and then put the rest out, which is just 3. So it's going to start in position 2. Position 2, so it's going to start right here. So let's see what we have. Let's see here. Let me get back to that. There we go. All right, we have a mech hound who has 3 health, 3 initiative, melee, 2 attack dice, starts with 2 defense, it has swap and disruption. Okay, so let's get the 3 health. 1, 2, 3. It's lane 1. Not that it really matters, but starts in position 2. It has an initiative of 3, so it goes there. So now we need to look and see. And let's move. So, whoops. So we've got it here. Now we need to look and see. Put that there. What does swap do? Swap. At the end of its turn, it will switch positions with the closest, strongest opposing unit. That's interesting. So we don't really want it to be on the side so that we don't have to spend a dex to move out. And then disruption. Advanced round counter die to, oh wow, immediately to the fatigue round if it rolls a bone. Yikes. That's crazy. Alright, so it starts out also with 2 defense. So we need to position ourselves. We go first. And as mechs, they're immune to bleed, so our bleed is not going to do us really much good. Oh, we also need to set our defense because we have 4, half of that's 2. I guess. I guess we'll do that. And yeah, I guess we'll do that. So, yeah. All right, so there we go. That's going to be our setup. So we start round 1. All right, here we go. I've zoomed in on the battle map to make this a little bit easier to see, hopefully. So, let's see here. Put that here, a little bit easier to see. So our order is Gasket and then the mech. The mech's in a starting position. And I don't know why I took that off. So yeah, so we're going to start. We're going to, I think, use. Actually, we're just gonna sit there. Use 1 of those and 3 of these defense die. So that's gonna be what we roll. I'm not gonna use the tray. Well, I guess I could put the tray over here, just because we don't have any other on here. So we'll see what we get. Okay, so we get 1 defense, which will go over here. Then we get 2 bones. And we have to use this green, so I'm going to slot it here so that we can save those 2 bones. We have to use that backup plan hotfix, and if you remember what hotfix does, I'll show you on the gasket. Adds or increases the defense die by 1, so we'll increase that defense die. This comes out, these slide down, and there you go. Okay, so that was us. Let's keep this down a little bit. Now the mat goes. It's going to move. So it's going to move here. And then it's going to attack with its 2 attack dice. Oh man, it's going to roll 3. So we're going to lose 1 defense die, tick down a defense die. Fortunately, it did not roll the disruption. So that's good, because that would really hurt us. Yep. And we take that out. Now it does swap, which is its other ability, so it's going to swap places with us. And that is the end of round 1. We go to round 2. So remember again, we have to roll this die, and I'm going to roll 2 attack die and 1 defense die. I think. Okay, 2 damage. That takes out his armor. And then again, we have the green. So now I can either put this under reprogram or dehumidifier. Really, honestly, neither one of those are great. They don't do me any good, so I'm going to slot it like that. And use dehumidifier to add a water, but we haven't lost the water. So there you go. Then it comes back. That's mech. Oh no, that was us. Sorry. Now, 2 attack dice. 2, so we lose 1 defense, and we take 1 damage, which is quite unfortunate. I'm going to put it up here. Then again, it swaps. Yikes. Round 3. I'm going to go ahead and use the power converter to add that HP back. Or sorry, yeah, the power converter to add that HP back. Then I'm going to roll 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, yeah, no. Trying to decide if I need to do 3 defense just in case. I still got a couple rounds. Let's do the 3 defense. All right, so we have 1, 2, 3, and we have to use the bone. We put it there. Hot fix, which means we can increase that defense die. Not bad. Now it is the mech's turn. It's going to roll 2 attack dice. Gosh, it does 3. 1, 2, 3, and it swaps. Round 4. Obviously, we're rolling that. I think at this point I'm going to roll 2 attack and 1 defense. see what happens. Oops. Alright, so we have 2 bones, 1 damage, so that comes off. Then we lose the water. Finally, it's the first time we lost water. Okay. Then it goes. God, this could be bad. Oh no! Wait. Before they do that, we're going to use hot fix to increase this defense die to 2. Yeah. And I think I did that right. I just pulled that bone out, and I may have messed up. It's going to do its attack. It's going to do 1, and it did roll a bone, which means if we look at disruption, advanced round counter die to the fatigue round at the end of this round. That is the end of the round, so the die is going to go to the fatigue, which is unfortunate. And that's the end of his round, the max round. So again, we swap because we're the only opposing unit. So yeah, the next round starts. So boom, we both take 1. I get to go first. I'm definitely going to roll 2 attack dice. I have to roll my hydro, and I might as well roll a defense. I just need to do 1 damage. Whoa. There you go. So I guess technically I could do that. Then I could do that to get the water down, but then I'm going to do the damage I need to take him out. Cool. So that that mech is defeated, and we have won. We're going to move our gasket back to his mat. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to heal him up so I don't have to waste that. And these will come off. And let's look at our rewards. Remember, we have 1 progress, 1 training, and 1 loot. So 1 progress, that gives us 3 total. And then we get a training point. What do we want to put in on the training point? I think maybe another dex. It's just so we can roll several more defense die for now. And then we get a loot, and our loot is going to be tar, sap, and twine, even though it's just going to go over here to the side, because remember, we can't use that except for in the power converter. So then we're going to do, if you remember, our rest and recovery. There's no loot to trade. There's no lockpicks to attempt. Not that we would probably even use those. We could rest and recover, search for better loot. We don't need to rest and recover. Loot doesn't matter, so we're just going to scout. And here's the scouting roll. Whoa, was caught. Here's the scouting roll. Dang it. Well, it was off, but there you go. It's a 4. So we can look at a 5-point baddie or a 1-point baddie. I'm going to say, let's look at a 5er. All right. So here is our 5er. It is a Primate Trapsmith, 3 attack, 1 defense, 6 health. It has Trap, Blind Strike 1. It's melee with an initiative of 4. So let's take a quick look at Trap and Blind Strike. So Blind Strike, before moving this unit deals number damage to strongest adjacent unit. We've seen that before. So he's going to do 1 damage to the strongest adjacent unit, which I like. Trap. If it's on land, the first gear lock to enter the battle mat must roll a d6. Basically, they can either get poisoned, which is not going to affect us, Can't use skills during round 1, which is interesting. Oops, I can't see that. Can't use skills during round 1, which is interesting. Or barb trap moves 2 spots on the moves down 2 spots, so they can mess with our initiative. Interesting. I think we'll keep him because we shouldn't, generally speaking, we shouldn't have 2 of those at the same time normally. So that's going to put on the top of the stack the order, the ape imposter that we had before, and then the primate trapsmith on the 5 stack. And wow, that was quick. Yeah, so that is day number 3 completed. We'll go to day number 4 in the next video, and hopefully, let's see, like I said, we're at 3, we need 7, so we're still a little bit away from having enough to fight vol'kesh, but we're getting there. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. I hope you enjoyed this. Like I said in the previous video, it feels good to get back into doing Too Many Bones, because it has been a little bit since I've got to do that, or really a lot of playthrough stuff. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing. You guys are awesome. Thanks for being part of the community. I love you guys, and I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, in the next video. Bye, guys.